how long? Coming on to 7 years soon.
22 years? We must be ancient.
5 years now. One down.
I love working in this industry actually. I've even left briefly with a view to doing something else, but both times within a couple of months I thought, no, I really love working in regulatory. I also love project management, and I think it's particularly working with different people all around the world. It's cool.
The best thing is the international nature of the work. It's amazing that you can be on the phone to somebody in Japan discussing Latin America in the morning and discussing Europe with somebody in Africa in the afternoon. That's a really great fast-paced environment.
So believe it or not, but as it stands, I'm the serious one in the company. So I'll be focusing quite a bit on legal and finance, as well as project management, of course, and account management. I've been doing quite a bit of lobbying over the last couple of years in the compliance industry, so I think that's one of the skills that I bring to the team.
Well, with a 32-year career in regulatory, then I can bring a great breadth and depth of experience. I started off in test labs, worked with manufacturers, helping them with their global certification, and then of course more recently 14 years co-running a services company. So I think I've got an all-round skill base, but more specifically in Elias, I'm here to really help to strengthen the technical side of the service offering, to really be able to add to that extra value in certifying products for our customers.
Well, I am the youngest in the team, so I like to tell the others that I bring youthfulness. But yeah, I've got a can-do attitude, and I really thrive on new challenges. So if somebody comes to me with a challenge or anything new, then I make it my aim to understand that and really deliver on what is required there.
Favorite country? So if I had to pick one, I would probably say the US, and more specifically California. It's always really hard work over there because there's just so many customers to see, but I always have an amazing time.
Probably Taiwan. I used to travel there a lot earlier in my career, and I always had like such a fun time. Really nice people, great food, and it's a cool country.
Yeah, so for me, definitely Japan. We went on a week-long trip in Japan where we were visiting customers from the south up to the north. And yeah, anywhere where you can eat ramen 2 meals a day is a good place in my eyes.
Having a purpose really motivates me, and doing meaningful work. Working with passionate people also motivates me a lot. And I'm really glad to be starting a company with two very, very passionate people.
Caffeine? Actually, I'm super self-motivated, so if I decide to do something, I'll just get out and do it.
So I'm really motivated by new things. I love to get to grips with new things, be it customers, technologies, new projects, and I love to see them through from the very start all the way through to the very end and deliver success and work with people who are also success oriented like me.
I think exercise is an important way to relax. I love bike riding and hiking. Particularly we do this with the family, and on holiday we get a chance to really stretch our legs with this and do some really big adventures. So it's always good fun to be doing the big outdoor family activities.
Play with my kids. I really love to be outdoors, so as a family we do a lot of hiking and mountain biking. I travel quite a bit, also wine is helpful.
Yeah, so when I want to get away from international project management, I take myself to the great outdoors. That could be anything: kayaking, running, cycling, outdoor swimming. Yeah, I just love anything outdoors.
So I believe businesses have a duty to be a force for good. There's a few very large corporations who today have more power and more influence than most countries have in the world, and they have to be a driver for change. But I think it goes further than that. I meet people every day who tell you that they don't particularly enjoy their jobs, and they will just tell you that it's just a job. But ultimately, it's something you end up doing 30, 40, 50 hours a week for 40 years or more. It's a huge part of your life, whether you enjoy it or not. Working at a company like Helios Compliance, it gives your job a purpose. It gives you a direction.
And fun stuff.
All the people involved at Helios are really passionate about making a change. And I think that gives us a tremendous amount of energy and motivation. And to me, it's a win-win situation.
I think it's absolutely critical that businesses make a transition to operating sustainably. Essentially, on a global basis, I think we need to redefine the meaning of success in business. If you make a great profit, but you do so in a manner that's harmful for the planet, it's just incredibly short-sighted. I read a quote recently, I can't remember who it was from, but it was, we do our best until we know better, and then we must do better. Well, given that everything we know about the climate crisis now and how rapidly things are getting worse, I think it's high time that everyone did better.
Yeah, so this is obviously extremely important, and I think it will become more and more important to businesses moving forward. I think for me personally, one of the most exciting things about Helios Compliance is the fact that we are one of the first companies in the industry who are taking this approach and are putting sustainability at the heart of what we do. It's great to really be the flag bearer for that, and hopefully we will be able to be the positive change we wish to see in the market.
So I've studied politics and I've been involved in politics for many years now. So all the NGOs and the charity involved in peacemaking and peacekeeping, into fighting discrimination, fighting for human rights more generally, are really dear to me. Just to name a few, I've always admired the work of Amnesty International or Human Rights Watch or Crisis Action, for example.
I support a lot of charities actually, it's a big focus for me personally. Maybe top three, Rainforest Trust and World Land Trust for their great work for rainforest conservation, and Christian Aid for their international development work, particularly around displaced people and climate change resilience. There's also there's so many great charities out there too.
Yep. An individual charity, I mean, I support quite a few different charities, so maybe the sectors that I'm most interested in. I think it's important that we all look at protecting the environment, doing whatever we can to try and help with reforestation and to try and get the carbon balance better. But perhaps on the very personal side, I think my heart is very much into equality, and along that line, I think food insecurity is a very strong thing that I really feel compassionate about.
So I've left quite a comfortable position in a successful company to start Helios Compliance. So as you can imagine, I'm 100% dedicated to making that work. On a personal side, I got married a couple of years ago, so I imagine a baby would be the next natural step. And between Helios Compliance and a baby, I imagine I'll have a few busy years ahead of me.
Well, I want to see Helios Compliance continue to flourish, and it's somewhat about making sure that the business works well, but actually it's also about flying the flag. I think being an ethical company, I think Helios is setting the heartbeat for how businesses really should operate in this world, to be more compassionate, to show the way forward where we can include rewards for the whole of humanity and the planet, not just looking at the corporate interest.
Well, on the professional front, obviously I want to ensure that Helios is a success. I'm returning to the industry after a 2-year sabbatical, and I'm super excited to be working back in project management, but mostly I'm excited about working for a progressive and sustainable business. Really feels like we're on the right track. It just seems like a really positive step to take, so I'm really hoping that we do well.
Yeah, so for me and for Ellie and Gemma alike, we all really want Helios to be a success. It would be amazing to be sat here again in 5 years' time doing another video like this, talking about all the success that we've had, telling you how many trees we've been able to plant all around the world, and then hopefully in 10 years' time we'll be doing the same again, looking forward, and yeah.